Hello everyone, I am Tacit, and welcome to the Gems of War Tower of Doom. Gosh, it feels weird to say that. Week 26, day 1. So, of course, we got Brown Tower of Doom, like we do once in a blue moon. Gosh, it is forever. It is 11-week gaps currently in the current state of the game. I think this is the 3rd or 4th one that we've had since the 11th week gap. Well, then again, we actually already know how many we've had, because it would be how many in-between seasons we've had. So yeah, this is the 3rd 11-week gap Tower of Doom we've ever had, where there's 11 weeks between each one. But because there was one between Season 1 and 2, then 2 and 3, and then, of course, right now, 3 and 4, where we're going to have Season 4 next week, but we got Tower of Doom this week. Anyways, this is basically our 1 week off between the 10-week seasons that occur within Gems of War in the current state of the game. As far as the event, it is probably one of the more complicated events out of any of them, as far as how you end up playing it. The main thing that you want to do is report back to your guild essentially what all of the better rooms are. Particularly my guild reports on where all the unlocks are, which is basically the bare minimum, as well as the power, heroisms, lux, haste, and fireballs. As far as the unlock basically just gives you the capability of taking out the boss, and is the main room you're going to need to find in order to just move forward in most situations. The power ends up giving +1 to all the potential bonuses. It doesn't necessarily increase it by 1, but it ends up adding it to the pool of how many stats you can have, essentially adding +1 to this lower number, not to the higher number. And basically how these work is the very first one you'll need 1, then you need 2, then 3, then 4, and so on and so forth. For example, this is currently at 9, so we need 10 of them in order to go and get it up. And a power basically gives you +1 to all 4 of these, which is obviously pretty good. If we get one more of those, we'll have one more magic, as well as one higher for all the others. Not specifically the stat, but for the lower number, but because that's 7 to 8, and then it's going to be 8 to 8, it will gain a additional stat, whereas that would go to 7 to 9, that would go to 2 to 10, and that would go to 6 to 9. As far as the other things that you want to go and get, heroism's really good, probably the overall best. It basically just allows you to, it's one of the 2 scrolls that actually are over here. But it basically allows you to immediately complete out the floor. You generally want to save this, same as fireballs, for the very later room, so that you could use them for when they're more challenging, and essentially just completely get the floor automatically done. You do want to make sure you claim any loot that's useful from the other side 4 rooms, though, as those loots will be lost if you don't end up getting them. However, you don't need to go for the unlock. You can simply just go straight to the final room, use a heroism on it, and be good to go. As far as the fireball, it works somewhat similar to a heroism, except you use it specifically on a room. So if there's just a room that you want to take out later on, you just click on it and you easily just get a single battle done. Obviously, the later the better, as it'll have more benefit the deeper you go, as it'll just instantly clear out the battle, and you don't want to use that on the easier battles. Other than that, there are 2 other ones that you probably want to consider. The luck basically just gives you 2 dooms. Every single time you kill out one of these, it counts as 1 doom towards your point system, and it basically gives you 2. You don't get any of the scrolls from it or anything like that. However, it does count as points towards leaderboard, as well as points towards getting all of these stages completed. So if you're a guild that might not normally get a guild-related event completed, or very close, you definitely want to make sure you take all of them. And even bigger guilds normally do, just because sometimes it means extra little bit for leaderboard, and if nothing else, it helps you get the stages done earlier in the week. Though Tower of Doom does get done relatively early within the week compared to most events. I feel like on average it's like a Tuesday or Wednesday completion, whereas quite a few other events I feel are more like a Thursday or Friday, unless someone in your guild goes for leaderboard. But anyways, other than that, the other one to consider is haste. Haste is probably the least relevant room that is of the good room category. However, basically what a haste does is give you 1 sigil back. This might sound completely pointless because you use 1 sigil per battle, but then you get 1 sigil back. However, it moves you closer to getting a Valraven. So theoretically, given that you get a Valraven about every 4 or 5 battles or so, not exactly, but around there, it's basically like 1/4 or 1/5 of a Valraven or so is essentially what a heroism is. So they're worth taking here and there. I normally skip on them personally. However, they're worth considering. But anyways, that's pretty much what we're going to be going and doing. As far as our team, I did have some teams built earlier. However, I'm not sure if I want a different mid-range team, because I kind of wanted like an empower option. And obviously this for super early on is not going to be the greatest. You know, I'll just make one from scratch and see what we get. Tower of Doom doesn't have any kind of special tokens or anything like that, like the World Lore event does. It's one of the older ones, so it's, you know, still a standard thing. It's not like the World Lore event in that regard. Make sure to buy to tier 5, as you do get a weapon for it. Mentioned that during the video, but didn't mention it yet. Tier 5 always has, or sorry, tier 4 has the weapon on. It's 500 gems, tier 4 though. Definitely make sure to get it this way, and don't bother getting in Soulforge. It's a lot cheaper to get it this way, and it's generally worth going for just because you get a Doom weapon out of it. And yeah, let's start getting into it. Before I do, let me go say hello to everyone. Did you say hello yet? Hello, Bill. Hello, Imperial. Hello, Raken. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Rogue. Hello, Nightmare. Hello, hello, David. Hello, everyone else. Welcome, 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 welcome. Hope all of you been doing well. Also, all good, Rogue. Glad you make it. Anyways, let's go figure out what we want to go do. So first things first, let's figure out what rooms we need to go do. Obviously, the guild has scouted out quite a bit already. We got to go do room number 3, which would be this one. And now let's go figure out what on earth our team's going to be. So let's just start with Empower and go for something quick kill. Obviously, these are super early rooms, so we can just do something that will instantly kill them out, ideally. We don't have too many good options for a we could do Dust Devil quick kill. However, I think that will work literally only for this floor and then stop working. Because don't we have access to the, Hold up. I wonder how much stats these rooms have. Just for fun. This isn't going to last that long at all. But I want to see if this is possible. Because we haven't had this for Tower of Doom before. What I'm looking for again? I'm looking for Iron Hawk. Iron Hawk uses brown, right? Yes, it does. Mwaha. Mwaha. Oh, we can't use Greed, though, can we? Oh, well. We'll use the single Iron Hawk version. What is this? Let's see. We're literally going to use it for like 2 battles, and I'm not even sure if it has enough damage to even properly do this. But why not? We'll do it real quick just for fun. I would not advise this. We actually do have enough damage. This will actually work for like literally 1 floor. And that is it. Obviously, we won't be using that much further than that. But because we can, we might as well. So we click Dust Devil dead. Easy. Next. Too bad there's only 2 battles on this floor. And they would take out this bigger battle. This bigger battle probably already has enough stats to not die to it. Looks like I'll barely still die. And then the rest of them will not die. We actually got away with using this team for like 5 seconds. Because now it's not going to work anymore. Okay, now let's go build a serious team. We got a haste. I'll probably ignore it though. Though then again, hold up. It's really low stats. You know what? Oh, that's not going to be enough damage. Oh, this level won't kill that. You know what? Let's do it normally. Anyways, let's skip over to haste as we normally do. Let's go for the 5. And let's go build a real team. I might still keep an Iron Hawk. Iron Hawk actually sounds kind of fun. Is there any Empower that feeds to Iron Hawk? Ideally, the answer is yes. I kind of want to build a build around this. We can make this work. I need a good blue damage source. What is blue that damages that isn't useless? Blue damage that isn't useless that isn't Iron Guts. Behemoth for earlier battles just because there's nothing else, I guess. It's definitely not the best of options, but it is a option. Megavore is kind of clunky without a proper follow-up. Oh! Interesting. Great King. That doesn't hit everything simultaneously, though, but his damage output and control is really nice. I might just go Behemoth. I might actually go Behemoth. Behemoth's not even that good. Like, literally, the troop that came out today through the event key drop table is better than that thing. However, due to our restrictions and the stats of the enemies that we are currently facing, I think this is fine. And it was go like a Mountain Crusher or something. I would need to clear the colors, though. You're allowed to use any color weapon, luckily. Okay. Do I need to change anything else? Probably. I need to change my hero class to, I guess, Titan or something. And I will change our... What else do we need? Should probably change this to brown-blue. I know there's a brown-blue minus purple. Where are you at? There you are. And then the only other thing we need is... That's it. Unless we want to change our tokens, but I believe we're on pure magic right now. So this should be fine for a couple floors until we need to change it again. Then I might go into Gargoyle build. Main reason I want to use this at the moment, though, is because of the full AoE damage. Which ideally, in most situations, should be able to just kill everything simultaneously. Even with Behemoth's lower damage at this current range, it should be enough. Are you going to go do a summon? There you go. And it doesn't matter because it instantly dies anyways. So hello, Raken! Welcome. If anyone has any questions or anything you want me to go over about Tower of Doom or anything else, do let me know. Since I know we haven't had Tower of Doom since last year. It was last year when we last had it, so I could technically say it was a year ago. theoretically, because it was last year. You know, not like last year, but it was last year. It was still 2020 when we last had a Tower of Doom. Do we have an alignment here? No, yes, no. Still no. We'll go for mountain. I hope it works out. And it does. And we do get the extra 5 damage per cast as well, which isn't too bad. It adds up for these lower ranges. Here we have a haste, which we're going to ignore again and go for room 2. That'll be the only room we need. What's your brown defend team? I'm going to show it real quick. I forget what it is off the top of my head. But I'll go brewing it up in a second. But yeah, Guild Wars is next week. So a good time to start prepping for Guild Wars. What was I looking for? I'm looking for... I'll just click on any battle. Fight, edit... Oh, never mind. I can't do it this way. Hold up. Never mind. I gotta go all the way out. I forgot. It doesn't show me all my teams. It just shows the team I have set. Where's my... what color do you need? Brown. Our brown defend team is... currently... Null, Doomed Codex, Skimlet, and Mistralis is what we're currently running for it. I'm considering using Mistralis on a different day, though. Mistralis is really good, and I don't feel like it helps this team as much compared to some teams that we could be using Mistralis on. But that is currently what we're using it on. I might end up replacing out the team a little bit, though, next time around for next week. Because nothing gains too big of a benefit from Mistralis on that other than the book, which all of our teams are going to be having. Oh, excuse me. Well, since we're skipping the haste, we could just go straight for this room. And it should still keep working for about 4 more floors or so. 3 to 4. As long as Behemoth still gets a 1-shot or even a 2 cast, it's probably still worth it. Do I have a lineman here? No, kind of. That's not an extra turn though. Let's just go for a mountain. And I should be dead. I don't think we had a single good starting board where we had red to blue so we could immediately get to full mana. That's ideally what we want to see, so it goes super quick. Alright, we got 2 and a 4. We skip over to 2 and we'll go for the 4. And we got the dragons. Hello, Bushka. Welcome. Hey, what do we need here? What do we need? Okay, we'll go for that. Also, for any of you that didn't see yesterday, we finally got Phoenicia max. Feels so good. Finally have our first mythic maxed. We'll be able to use her for some of the dailies today. And that weird delay kill. And that was the only room, correct? Yes, it was. So we can just move forward. So far, no good side scrolls. Haste can be taken, but generally, we don't really need it. Just because by the end of the week, we'll have plenty enough sigils with tier 4. And we always buy tier 4 to go get the new weapon. It is worth mentioning, though, unlike every other event currently within the game, Tower of Doom is a guild-related event where you do want to complete it to basically full completion, regardless of if your guild already has all rewards. The main reason for this is you still keep getting scrolls all the way up to 25. Well, technically up to 26. 25th floor is the last floor that you get it on. So you want to complete out 25. So that number says floor 26. But once you reach floor 26, you stop getting the extra deed. Or not the deed, but the color scroll that upgrades these Doom weapons. You stop getting them at 25. However, you do want to do all the way up to there, going all the way to 26. Just simply because you will be able to get 25 additional scrolls that way. And you don't want to stop just when your guild finished out all the stages, as you have not actually collected all of the loot from the event for doing so. So do be mindful of that. Anyways, gosh, what's with all the haste? We have a haste literally every floor, but no other good scrolls. Okay, it looks like a 4. Literally every floor has haste. Wait, did we just get the exact same battle? It's kind of funny. Yeah, sure looks like it. Exact same battle, exact same rarity. Hello, Alfie. Welcome. Oh, yeah, I was noticing my pet offer, too. I ended up getting the 2018 rocket, I believe. The 4th of July rocket. Or was it 2019? I can't remember. But, yeah, obviously I already have all of them, so I didn't personally buy it. But, yeah, you can get some of the pets that you don't have through that system. Okay, this team's still very clunky. To the point where I almost feel like double gargoyles could be better than it at this point. We might switch to gargoyle build. I say that we can't get a proper mana star on a lot of this stuff. Okay, that was the only room, right? Because we keep getting haste. Or lack thereof, because I'm deliberately not taking the haste. Because we're going to have plenty enough sigils. Good, that's a start we want to see. Why can't it always do that? Like, that's ideally exactly why we want Behemoth to do what it does. But it hasn't been doing that for us. Okay, once again, we got haste. Gosh, we keep getting haste every single time until floor 8. We got nothing, then haste, 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 and haste. That's a lot of haste. Anyways, 6 is 3. So we need this one. Oh, also, do be mindful. Do not copy the rooms that I'm doing. It is different per guild. So the rooms that I'm doing is not correct for your guild, so do be mindful of that. It is different per guild, so you need to communicate with your own guild what each one is. Almost forgot to mention that. Most of you probably know, but some people probably haven't played Tower of Doom. Or it's been ages. Oh, you got it from Pet Rescue? Nice. Oh yeah, that's one of the normal pets. They actually ended up shadow adding 2 normal pets a couple patches ago. It was some kind of sand shrew thing and something else. I forget exactly what it was. But I didn't even mention it around that time. It just dropped out of nowhere. We have since then gotten both of them, at least a copy of them. But yeah, they kind of came in literally out of nowhere. Just during one of the patches. Let's see. We just need 2 because the other one's a haste. Also, the stats on the rooms are still technically the same as how delves are. So a tier 2 room has 60% stats. A tier 3 has 70. So on and so forth. With a tier, the mythic room having 100%. With the legend having 90%. So on and so forth. But the same scaling that delves have is the same scaling that Tower of Doom has for its rooms. Because half of these battles are the exact same as faction anyways. And they have the same scaling towards them. As far as the level of the enemies. Like for example, if we click on this one, this has 70% of the level. As you can see with 56, but this one has 100%. As you can tell by it being 70. So that's still the case. Anyways, that was the only room we needed, right? Yes. So let's move on, since we're not taking a haste. Hello, Gustavo! Welcome. Oh, also, we'll be handing out our last redeem code today. Because we still never got more. Hopefully we will soon. Not sure where Kafka is. But we need more codes. We are officially out as of tonight. We'll have one for tonight, but beyond that point, we have none left. Oh, Behemoth's not going to be enough to kill. Is there a Skull to Slay in there? No, there is not. How about now? Yes, dead. Nice little extra turn off the Behemoth. It's about time to retire the Behemoth team, though. Almost. I think we still get away with another floor or 2. Okay, here we could finally take rooms that aren't just useless rooms, other than just the move on. So here we have a 2 and a 3. The 2 is going to be a lucky, which gives us 2 extra points. And the 3 is a fireball that we can use to instant kill a floor later on. So 2 and 3. And then we take the 4. I think this will be the last floor we use the Behemoth on. Though it still seems somewhat early to move into Iron Gut. I should have taken that brown to yellow extra turn. Whoops. I don't have alignment for the other thing either. But that actually gets us more mana than a Mountain Crusher. At least in the sense that Mountain Crusher will block the brown on the brown-blue troop. And now we need 3, and now we need 5. Oh, it wasn't 4, it was 5. That's why we always check. That's 3, then 5. Also, unlike delves, you actually are allowed to change your team at any time. So even though we already started this floor, we can change our team at any point we feel like it. So even if I wanted to change my team right before that Doom fight, we can. You don't have to, but it is an option. And then 5 is the unlock, but I'll go double, triple check just in case, and it is. Alright, do we have alignment? I feel like we never do. At least not today. That's a lot of yellow. I should have taken some of that off for it first. Oh, we didn't get full mana. We'll go for this. Clear out pretty much the whole board. That's basically our Gargotha. That's not used in first slot. That's hopefully full mana. And it just dies. Could actually just cast the ability twice too. Oh, we got a pet thingy. We did not need it though. Hello, John. Welcome. Hey, do we have a good convert here? We do not. So we'll go explode. Go for Behemoth. Nice little cascade. Go for another mountain. I'll go for that again. Get explosion. And they're all dead. Okay, I think it's finally time to go switch our team. And we only have to do 4 here, and then we move on. Okay, let's see. What do we want now? Oh, I forgot. This whole time, instead of Behemoth, we could have been using Artima. Okay, what else do we have under Pure Brown that's not useless? Actually, what do I run for? I'm pretty sure it's a Wild Queen team. What do I run for Guild War normally on Brown? If I had to guess, it's a, my Guild War Brown is a Wild Queen team. It is. Oh no, is that worth using at this level range? I guess it is. Because we're at the level range where we're basically at PvP stats. And then once we get beyond PvP stats, we'll switch into Iron Gut build, which is what that other team was that we made for the video. Now we're on 9, right? Which means we only need 4. And then we go paste our team in here. And we should be good to go. I'm currently using magic right now, though. I need to go change that. Yeah, we're pretty much at PvP stats right now. So our Guild War team is perfectly fine. Let me go update our things, though. Because obviously we don't want pure magic for this. Do we need 20%? Wild Queen and Hero gains a benefit from it? Or is this Wild Queen? I'll still do it. Give it that little bit of extra mana. Because Wild Queen's the main thing we're using to win with anyways. So since we're just going for speed, might as well. Okay. Because obviously during a Guild War you're playing not just for speed, but also to not lose. Well, I guess technically we're supposed to not lose here, but it's not like Guild War difficulty teams. Most of these teams should be pretty easy just to wipe through. They're obviously not as hard as PvP teams. Wait, that's not an extra turn. We'll do that then. Oh, that's slightly short. We'll do it this way. Oh, I could have spammed. I forgot. We haven't used his ability a single time, but we do have the ability to. We do have the ability to. Alright, we got a power and then a 5. 3/5. Both the bottom 2. Using Farce Troll, Yasmin's Pride with 2 Ketris. Oh yeah, duh, we do have access to Ketris. I'd rather use Iron Gut for the later battles, though. Once we get to that super late point. But yeah, at this point, I think we're going to use this until we go Iron Gut and then Iron Gut the rest of the way. Just because we already have the team set. Is that aligned? Yes, it is. And just double check, even though we already know what it is. I always like to ultra triple check, just to make sure we don't take a wrong room. We have a couple times. I have yet to ever use the wrong color team for Guild Wars. However, I have accidentally taken the wrong room several times for Tower of Doom. So I tend to overly check. I've still never used the wrong color on Guild War Day, though. That I have not done, but I've definitely accidentally picked the wrong room for Tower of Doom many times. Or at least a dozen. Hey, we have Enrage set right now too, that's pretty nice. Every extra turn we get Enrage from Titan. And we can move forward. Oh, also, we definitely got that one magic by now. We actually got 2 powers by then, I believe. That or someone else got it. So we got that extra bit of magic. And in 1 more, we'll end up getting an armor. And then in 2 more, we'll end up getting a attack. There are ones that individually give them to each one, which is why all these are different numbers. However, the power ends up giving +1 to all 4, which is by far the absolute best of them. Theoretically, there's argument to be made that you could even report the magic one back to your guild. However, I even find the +1 to all tends to fall off at a certain point. So having a +1 into a single one just seems kind of bad, even if it is for something like magic. It's because you need so many of them just to get a return. At this point, if someone in our guild found a magic, every single person would have to take it just for us to go get 1 additional magic. Basically meaning the guild as a whole has to sacrifice 30 sigils at this point just to gain 1 magic. Which is why the powers tend to be much better, as it's giving +1 to all. And it's also why power tends to fall off. Like once you get 10 all stats, you could almost stop taking powers because the return on investment of taking a power diminishes so much once you start reaching about 10 plus or so as far as stats. Because you're starting to waste more sigils than the benefit that you're even getting in return. Regardless, it ends up using sigils, but obviously some sigils for some extra stats is nice. But when you're getting almost no stats in return and just wasting sigils, it's not as good. Hello, Bushka. Hello, Kenneth. Welcome, welcome. Do I have alignment? No. So we'll do that. How about now? Yes. So we'll do that. Do that. Do... None of them work. It's not gonna stop me though. Do that. Oh, I didn't see that was slightly short. You know what? We're gonna kill him. I'll fix this explosion. We're right next to a Doom Skull. That wouldn't have killed if that was a normal skull, but because that was a Doom Skull and it was next to a brown, I was like, oh yeah, that will kill. So let's go for it. Okay, anyways, we're at 11. So here we get a lucky again and a 5. So we need 4 and 5. Take the 4, then take the 5. Also, thank you, Kenneth, for becoming a member. Greatly appreciated. It helps out a lot. Let's see. What should we throw down here? Go get that down. Get our other thing over there. I still need to go update the emotes for members as well. Let's see. Because I think we can add like 2 or 3 more at this point because we have enough members now. Because the amount that you can add is based on how many people are joined. Do we have alignment? No. Go get the mountain. Get our wild queen down. And he's pretty much dead. Okay, what do we have currently? We do the 4 and we do the 5. So we'll grab this one. Thank you, Kenneth. Let's see. What do we need here? We do not have any alignment, so let's go for that. Do we have alignment now? We do not. I almost want to cast this just to try to get alignment the following turn. It's very tempting. You know, I'm going to do this, and I think we have a follow-up next turn, even though it doesn't do anything this turn. That's pretty much a win. I'm just going to Mountain Crusher to guarantee we get a option to kill next turn. The only problem is it doesn't have alignment to actually go kill. Purple to yellow doesn't even align right now either. Green to skull is the main one we obviously want to do though. At this point it looks like Wild Queen's gonna kill. I've been doing pretty good. Let's see, what do we go for here? Yeah, there's a lot of Smiths out there. Even my last name is Smith. So many Smiths. An army of Smiths. 4 and 5, we already did those two. What do we even go for here? We'll take that for now. We'll grab a Agent Smith. Purple to yellow was not. You know what? We're just gonna go for it. Good enough. Oh wait, was that a line somewhere? Apparently it was. That's been in the corner somewhere. I wasn't paying attention. I should pretty much be dead by this point. We should do that, and then it just dies. Also, I'm starting to feel switching to Iron Gut soon. However, this is still working. Probably by about 15, floor 15, I think we need to switch to Iron Gut. But I'm not even sure we're going to have enough sigils. So I might be able to run this the rest of today. Now, what floor are we on? 12. So we got a power and a 3. 4 for 3. That's what we want. Alignment. We actually have Alpha Yellow though, which is not the most ideal one for us to have alignment on for that guy, but it's better than no extra turn. Oh wait, did we just have red to green alignment? I should have taken that if we did. I don't think we did. Oh, it definitely would have been a better move if it was. Might be able to get it now though. Up or over in it. It's still good enough value that I think we still go for it, even without an extra turn. And now we can just go crazy because we can get a Wild Queen down. And then ideally have alignment here. What's pretty amazing is I think we still do not. Let's take a normal skull and see where that brings us. Not much better. Oh wait, we do have that. Okay, we can do that. Hopefully we have alignment after this convert. We don't even have yellow extra turn. You know, purple to yellow. I will do this, and hopefully that'll be the win then. If you could just stop taking moves. Alright, there we go, we won. It's over. Okay, what's the other one? 12. Is 4 and 3. Oh no, has Iron Gut happened on the current cycle? I can't recall. I'll go double check real quick. If we go to Terran's World and check the Soul Forge for Iron Guts, we can figure out if it has happened this cycle or yet or not. Let's see. We are currently on cycle 18, or no, 19. Oh, so I just typed in Iron Guy instead of Iron Gut. But But we are currently on cycle 19, and it hasn't happened this cycle, so it could be somewhat soon. We don't know the official dates. However, it is very likely to occur within the next 8 weeks. But as far as the official date, we do not know. But yes, it has yet to happen this cycle. Last cycle was on 18. We're on cycle 19 for Mythics. So it's still within the drop table for this cycle. Though the cycle hasn't cycled through too many yet. I think we've only had a couple weeks. We had a dozen or so. About 20 of them so far. But yeah, Iron Gut can happen in the next several weeks. No official date though. Yeah, it's a really great troop to have. Honestly, it's one of the best first groups. Gosh, I cannot speak today. It is one of the best first troops to get. And it scales throughout the entire game as well. Basically, the second you get it, you can pretty much do all of Delves. So there are some Delves where you're color restricted out of using it. But given that it covers 3 colors, it covers a good majority of Delves. I think that was the last room we needed here, so we can go move on. We did the 4, we did the 3. Let's go move over here. Oh, what do we want here? We'll go for Mountain. Get a Wild Queen down. Hopefully get another Wild Queen that doesn't miss. And that should be a match. Is that enough to kill? Should be. It has Enrage on it. Obviously the base damage wasn't enough, but with Enrage, 1.5 times more. Yeah, Tina's definitely decent, though Iron Gut's definitely a better craft over Tina. For sure. But Tina's a good troop, Tina 9000. But not as good as Iron Gut. Okay, we got a Lucky and a normal room. So 3 and a 4. Hello, Joe. Welcome. Yeah, Doom's been pretty fun. It's a nice change of pace instead of having to do World Lore event every single time, that's for sure. It kind of feels funny because this game mode doesn't change anymore. However, it happens so infrequently that it seems drastically different compared to what we normally get every single week. Because now that we get World Lore event like every single week pretty much, even though this event never changes, like how you go about it, it actually feels drastically different just because it only happens once every 11 weeks. So even though it never changes, it feels drastically different, which is kind of funny. Or, you know, as far as general strategy, it never changes. As far as what rooms you need to scout for and all that, it changes over time. And obviously it cycles through 6 different colors, which drastically changes what teams you have available to use for it. Color restriction isn't on weapon, though. This is one of several game modes where you can use any color weapon you want. So even though we're on a brown restriction, you do not have to use brown weapons for this event. You can if you want to, and at this current moment we actually are. It's not required to use a brown weapon. Yeah, we hit a 3 and a 4, so we can go move on. Yeah, if you need any of these teams, feel free to use them. That's why we go over them. But I probably should have mentioned a few more teams for the video. I was recording it very late at night, so I kind of just wanted to get it out. We got it out super early, though. We got it out within the first hour. It's one of the earliest we've ever gotten one of the videos out. But then I went straight to bed because by the time everything was wrapped up, it was like 4 a.m. Having not slept yet. Let's see. We got another fireball. No heroisms. Oh, no. There we go. We got a heroism on 16. Nice. Capital H is what we use it as. Definitely do not confuse it with a lowercase h. Because they are drastically different. This is like the worst best room, and this is the best room. Or, you know, of all the rooms that are viable, this is the worst one that is viable, but still viable. And this is the absolute best one, the heroism. At least from a time save perspective. Theoretically, as far as overall value, you could technically consider that a haste or a lucky is technically the overall best. But from a how good it feels to actually get it, it's definitely heroism. Where were we? 14, so we need a 5 and a 2, or a 2 and a 5, either or. Doesn't really matter what order you do them in, as long as you don't accidentally take the boss battle. I generally try to take the unlock last, and I believe the way our guild denotes it, it also always has it last. However, the main reason for this is to make sure you don't accidentally move on, because if you save the unlock for last, you won't accidentally ever click the boss, which will automatically end the floor. So it's good to report to your guild in order of unlock last, just to make sure people don't accidentally skip over the floor when there's still something good. But order does not matter as long as you obviously take the boss room last. But the order that you do the rest of the stuff doesn't technically matter. It's just good to take the unlock last so you don't accidentally take it. What does haste and lucky do? Haste gives you 1 sigil. So it costs 1 sigil to do a battle, and then you get 1 sigil back. However, the reason why this is actually good is you constantly keep getting your chance of getting a Valraven every battle you do. So it moves you 1 step closer to getting a Valraven. So there is a possibility when you take a haste, you get literally nothing. However, it moves you closer to getting another 2 sigils from a Valraven. I personally skip over these because with tier 4, if every single person in your guild is tier 4, you will definitely easily get every single one of the rewards done, not just for yourself, but across the entire guild. So there's not really much of a need for go for in haste unless you're like trying to go for like leaderboard. And the problem with leaderboard is across the entire guild. So it's generally not worth going for. It's also the only leaderboard for one of these kind of events that does not have power orbs on, or not power orbs, but you know, that doesn't have orbs of any kind on it. It's just gems and Doom copies. So it's a really bad leaderboard to even bother going for, just because you have to use gems to get gems, which makes no sense. I still don't understand why that leaderboard's like it. The rest of the payout for the event's really good, but the leaderboard is very weird because it's not actually worth going for. Let's see, 5 and 2. And I will take our 5. Oh, what does the luck do? The luck ends up giving you +2 Doom kills. So basically, that helps with 2 things. It helps with leaderboard, and it also helps with, if your guild hasn't currently completed out all the stages, it counts towards 2 points toward your stages, which gets you closer to getting all the rewards for the given week. It can theoretically be considered a bad room if your guild isn't bothering for leaderboard, but it's still worth going for. Like, it can kind of be considered a sigil waste, but it still helps get the points up a little bit quicker, if nothing else. So you can have them done earlier in the week to get all the rewards. But from a leaderboard perspective, haste and lucky actually help the most. From a time perspective, heroism and fireball help the most. Also, unlike Delves, it doesn't actually matter if you lose a troop. Well, I wish we didn't lose that troop. It actually makes very little difference, because unlike in Delves, where once you lose it for the entirety of the Delve, your team replenishes literally every single battle. So losing a troop actually doesn't matter. This is particularly noteworthy for using an Iron Gut as well, because you can use Iron Gut in 2nd slot, kill out your hero or whatever you have in 1st slot, and then your Iron Gut will have its skull value. You can't do this for Delves because you would permanently lose whatever your 1st slot was. However, in this game mode you can, because it replenishes every time. So you could just sacrifice your 1st slot in order to use Iron Gut's attack even if he's in 2nd slot, which allows him to have the safety of being in 2nd slot while also having the offensiveness once your 1st slot dies out deliberately. Okay, let's go take on the next room. Also, with a Vashdogon build, you can also deliberately do that. Kill out your hero so your Iron Gut does its thing, which is the build that we end up showing for the video thingy. Though you can also kill out Iron Gut itself in order to get the boost ratio off his HP. But more often than not, you actually kill out the hero just so you can start doing the skull value of your Iron Gut instead. Let's see. Do you already have the luck to have 10 treasure maps in a single battle? Well, you can force it to happen. You can use what's her name? We have done it before. And you can actually get 20 in a single battle. Tyree. Tyree ends up, whenever you have Tyree in your team, I think there might be a few other instances, but whenever you have like a proper map farming troop in your team, particularly Tyree, I'm not sure if it's everyone or just Tyree, but it actually increases your cap of 10 treasure maps to 20. But yeah, we've gotten 20 treasure maps in a battle before. It just requires using double Tyree. I know the meta for it used to be using a low... actually, I think the current meta for it is Leshy. Some kind of mana generator, double Tyree. I know in the past it used to be Giant Spider. I'm not sure if that's still the case. Like using Green Seer, Giant Spider, double Tyree. Not sure what the meta is. Generally, you don't really have to ever bother treasure hunt map farming. Like using treasure maps, yes. As far as farming treasure maps, that's not something you generally do. Because ever since they added a way to mass buy treasure maps, you're better off just, for the amount of time that it takes to farm maps, you're better off just using your glory, your spare glory to go get maps. If you really need maps that bad. Map farming is pretty underwhelming in the current state of the game. The most viable way to map farm is actually to use a Skeleton Key gold farming team. Because I believe it has like a 10% chance per cast to get you a map. And while this is only about like 5 or 10 extra maps per hour or something like that, it's really good rate for gold. And it's generally how you would passively get maps if you really, really needed maps. Or at least the most viable way of doing so. They did nerf Skeleton Key recently, back in December. However, it's still viable enough to use for gold farming. Just quite a bit less so, but still viable nonetheless. Yeah, one more skull kills. If you could just hand it to us, that'd be great. Thank you. How long will the new legends be in the drop table until next Monday? It's going to be in the event queue drop table all week. Even once the mythic comes around, it'll still be around. Yes, event keys is the only way to get it currently. Otherwise, you're going to be waiting a very, very long time for it to come into Soulforge, or randomly getting it, not this mythic, but the following mythic when you open up keys to go get it. But, yeah, event keys is realistically the only way of getting the new legends. So the new legend's pretty bad, but you'd still want it for upgrading purposes, of course. Was that the only room we needed? Apparently so. Let's move on. Yeah, we'll probably change our team soon. But I think with how many sigils we have left, we could actually just keep it like this and then change our team for tomorrow. Also, even though my guild might already have all the points by tomorrow, we're still going to have to do all of our battles due to the nature of Tower of Doom. Because we're not done with it until we hit... there's basically 2 finish lines that you need to complete, both of them to get all loot. One is the pretty standard one that like every event has, where you go and do all the normal stages and then you get the reward for doing so. However, this game mode does have a second one, where you have to go all the way to 25 completion. So even if the guild finishes out the stages, we still need to do the 25th completion thing. Also, that death mark's kind of scary. We don't have cleanse on this team. There we go. Stack all the attack on hero. Okay, our first heroism. So we got 5 and 3. Both the 2 bottom ones. Yeah, there's a couple Doom weapons that gain a very unfortunate bad side effect. There's still a lot of weapons in the game where you basically get a negative stats effect for upgrading it. It's very weird. But there definitely are a few weapons out there where you actually gain a benefit from not upgrading it. The most noteworthy one that I personally don't have upgraded is Mang, because there's actually two things that it does not upgraded. One is it doesn't accidentally, or it doesn't create that one gem that would sometimes give a bad board that you could sometimes give to the enemy. And the other thing that it does is it's about half a second to a second quicker to not have it upgraded, because you don't have to wait for the animation of the gem being created as well as the stats being added to you. So it saves about just under a second every single time you cast it, which doesn't sound like much, but if you're casting Mang like 3 times in the course of a battle, it saves like 2 seconds. Which also still doesn't sound like much, but you know, if you're using it, casting it dozens upon dozens of times per hour, yeah, it adds up how much time it saves. There's actually several weapons that are like that. Almost every weapon in the entire game, if it has any amount of board control, is slower than if it didn't have that board control, regardless of even if it's a beneficial aspect. It's one of the reasons why all those troops that have that omen that do 1 explosion can sometimes be considered slow troops, even though you get a bunch of mana initially, which is obviously a good thing. The problem is you have to wait for the animation of the explosion to occur and all the cascades to occur with it, which slows down the troop by quite a bit compared to if it didn't have it. Which is why quite a few of those, even though it's a really good effect to get an explosion at the start of battle, it's slow in the sense that you have to wait for the animation. So if you're doing like a super quick kill, it actually slows you down. In some instances, it's worth it though. Like for example, Greed. He has an explosion at start, which does slow you down, but he like maxes out your gold. So if you're using him for some kind of gold farming team, he technically is very helpful. Because even though he's slowing you down ever so slightly, he's giving you so much gold that the slowdown's not really that important. I don't know why I thought that would kill. If we had Enrage, it would have. Also, we only have 1 sigil left if we don't get a Vow Raven here. Was that the only room we needed? Yep. And there we go. 2 fireballs, 1 heroism. Too bad that's not like 10 heroisms. You know how easy it would be if we just had like a whole stack of heroisms? I'm actually surprised you can't buy them from the thingy. Because that would speed things up so much if you could buy heroisms. Like 50 gems per heroism. I'm surprised they haven't tried adding more of a gem sink that way. Though it would make the game mode pretty broken in the sense that you could just auto-win constantly. Let's see. Because once you use a heroism, you literally complete out the whole floor automatically. Not every single individual room, but you complete out the final floor instantly without needing the unlock for it. Which saves you 2 sigils. You don't need to use the unlock sigil, and you don't need to use the sigil that you would have used for the final battle. Oh, we did get a Vow Raven there. Okay, so we got a 3 and a 5, and that's it. So we'll take our 3, we take our 5. Then we'll go mess with our dailies. Actually, I'll go hand out a code after we finish this out. Our last shiny code. Then we'll go run through our dailies and then probably call it a wrap for now. And tomorrow night we'll do more Tower of Doom and a new delve. Well, not the new delve, but the, what delve is it? It's Tinkertown for tomorrow night. Hello, Trilogy. Welcome. Also, we get to use our upgraded Phoenicia for the first time today. Now that she doesn't have her super ultra 20% extra stats like last week. And what was the last room we needed? It was 17, so we need 5. 3 and 5. Oh yeah, Salty's going over to New Mythic tonight. I might stop by. Haven't been catching that many of her streams lately. Mostly because she keeps not leaking spoilers. If she was leaking spoilers more often, I'd be watching every single time. If she was going to give us juicy Puzzle Quest 3 and when on Earth next Gems of War update info is. We have, oh wait, oops. That's I was about to cast that as if it was Divine Ishbala. That is very much not Divine Ishbala. Oh, you know what? We still have alignment though. I was like looking at the reds and it's like, oh, it's aligned. It's like, wait, that's the wrong troop. That is very much the wrong troop. And now we're out of sigils until tomorrow. I will go claim everything up to this point. We got our vault key, 55 gems. Let's see. 55 gems, 4 gem keys, 6 event keys, 25 diamonds, 28,000 gold, 2 orbs, 2 celestials, a bunch of dooms, and the portrait for the cool little bird. And this is blue, right? Yeah, half right. I'll take it. We got a blue. We've been really dry on major blues. As well as power. No, we're actually above drop rate on powers. Oh, what? Servers being bad? At roughly 4 p.m. GMT. What's GMT again? Pacific time. What's Pacific time again? Isn't that soon? Chat will be unavailable for up to an hour while maintenance is performed. Interesting. They're updating chat. I thought that was going to be like a server update, but no, that's just a chat update. That's weird. Isn't that right now, though? Or it is pretty soon. Oh, I guess that kind of makes sense that they would kind of announce that, too. A chat is very important during this event. Mostly because you have to constantly communicate with your guild. It requires the most amount of communication. Oh, okay, it's 1 a.m. So that's not going to affect us now at all. But anyways, that would have been annoying if it did during Tower of Doom, though we could just check the Discord. But anyways, what was I looking for? I was looking for the code. Let me go get you guys the code. And Kafka didn't give me more, so this is our very last code until she does. Hopefully she does soon, otherwise we have none. And once again, I'm saving a completely blank notepad because we have no codes left. That still feels very weird to do. Saving a completely blank notepad with nothing on it. But there we go. Click that. Put that over there. I think that's the second time now. Copy all this. And here you guys go. There's the redeem code used on gemsofwar.com with the game code section. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Whatever game says right over here is what you put in for your invite code. Redeem code is right over there in chat. Just copy paste the random numbers and letters. Starting with PJTH. And give same orders as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Only usable on PC mobile version of the game. Enjoy, everyone. You might want to save that gem key for this Friday for the new mythic. And also feel free to leave a like on the stream. Ends up helping out a lot and is greatly appreciated. If not Tacit, then we go on a Kafka Island raid. What, does she have an island on Animal Crossing? But there you guys go. Also, we get the Mario items in Animal Crossing tomorrow. Theoretically, they came in today, but if you're playing without time travel, even though they came in to be ordered today, you can't actually go and do anything with them until tomorrow. Because it takes a day for them to come in without time travel. What am I looking for? I'm looking for Phoenicia. Or upgraded Phoenicia. Also, we super upgraded this team. We even upgraded Mirage Queen. It looks all nice and gold now. Triple gold. Actually, our whole team is gold. Hero can't be gold. So, literally everything that can be gold on our team is now gold. With the most relevant one being Phoenicia finally being upgraded. Feels good. Yeah, the warp pipes in Animal Crossing are going to be really insane. You can actually warp pipe from inside of your house to anywheres on your island. The only bad thing about it is it is completely random if you have multiple pipes. I wish you could color coordinate them and have like 2 pipes that are green and then blue and then red. That you cannot do though. And have them kind of hooked up that way. But nope, you can't. Maybe they'll add that as a feature because gosh, is it such an amazing feature to Animal Crossing. Adding teleportation. It's not as a good quality of life as like mass crafting. But that's about the next closest thing, literally being able to teleport. One other pretty funny thing that you could also end up doing with a pipe is if you're just on your islands and it's just you and you don't have anyone over, you can have your pipe set up like right at the front of your town. And then have a pipe in your inventory, and then just place that pipe anywheres, and then you could just go immediately to the front of your island. Which would also be pretty funny. There's quite a few instances that it would be really good for quality of life within the game. It's definitely a pretty funny tool. I wish Phylacter gave 1 mana to all allies. I'm actually really surprised it doesn't give any mana to allies. All it does is create a Doom Skull, which very rarely gives you value. Also, do I even have magic set right now? I do not. I was going to say, I felt like my magic was low. Let's make sure it's high. Because we might actually be able to one-shot this other battle. This middle one we definitely will be able to. The other one's questionable, though. Oh yeah, also, tomorrow, unfortunately, Season 4 for Fall Guys did get delayed, so it's going to be a couple weeks from now. Actually, Gems of War will be getting Season 4 before Fall Guys does at this point. But, it did end up getting delayed. However, we will still be streaming Fall Guys tomorrow, so we can go unlock the Golden Chicken and go finally get fast food, now that it has been officially, for sure, 100% over a year now. Actually, it's almost been like a year and a month now, with no fast food. We are finally cheating tomorrow with KFC during the Golden Chicken unlock. Golden KFC for Golden Chickens. So we'll be doing that on stream tomorrow. Not sure what custom show they'll have. We don't actually know because we're getting a new one tomorrow. But we'll play that in just the main show. No new stages being added, but you know, the set of mini games. Anyways, let's go clear out dungeons. And any other questions, anyone, let me know. And I guess we could theoretically take the pet if we really want to, just to test out New Phoenicia. I don't think we've taken it for a pet yet. KFC ASMR. We do have the mic close enough to do so. I'm not sure what kind of settings you would need to do to even do it for a joke. Because I normally don't have the sensitivity that high. Otherwise, loud noises would be very, very exceedingly ear-shattering. Whereas right now, it's a little bit more balanced to not do that. Obviously. We found someone on Twitch with our same laugh. That's pretty funny. Let's see. I'll take out these 8, and then we'll probably call it a wrap there. So any other questions, let me know. You need 50 more troops. One of them is Yasmin's Chosen, and you have 4,000 diamonds. Should you get Crafter? No. Yasmin's Chosen's pretty bad. Well, I don't know what your other 14 are, but Yasmin's Chosen is basically just a weaker version of Wild Queen in almost every instance. Like, compared to just using Beatrix or Truffle or Wild Queen, it is literally an inferior version of all 3 of them. So it's definitely pretty low priority to get a Yasmin's Pride. What do you work on to get 18 plus gem tributes? That could be a little bit difficult to do. You basically want to keep upgrading your kingdom stars. So as you keep upgrading your kingdom stars, you will get higher tribute. The main goal that you want to go for initially, if you don't already have it, is 4-star all kingdoms. What 4-star all kingdoms will end up doing for you is give you a tribute that gets you around 9 to about 9 gems per hour. It's like around 8 or 9, which is about half as many as we're currently getting on average per tribute. So that's a great milestone to have because it's relatively easy to reach within a timely manner while also having basically half the effect of what endgame has. But you basically just want to keep working on Kingdom Stars, which requires a little bit of everything. Kingdom Stars require upgrading troops, requires upgrading hero classes, requires having pretty much a little bit of everything as far as weapons, pets, pretty much everything within the game. It's the main progression system for the game. The reason ours is so high is because we've, literally have like pretty much everything maxed. So we'd be able to get it pretty high. But you get pretty much half the value that we currently have just from getting them all to 4. A good majority of it. And then you just slowly work it up from there. How do you get more magic scrolls? For the current event, it's completely random. Though powers are better than magic scrolls because power gives +1 to magic as well as to the other 3. Whereas the magic scroll just does it to simply magic. Unless you're referring to the purple deeds, in which case they're completely RNG based off of Adventure Board, as well as a few offers that pop up here and there. Don't we have to play until we get our daily Nisha? We already got all of our Nishas that we needed. Obviously, I'd still want to get more Nishas, but we already did our Nisha grinds to go get our Phoenicia upgraded, and now she's maxed. Of course, now we need to go do another Nisha grind, but you know how long that's going to take? We need another, we need 7 of them. 7 times 9 is, 63. We need another 63 Nishas before we can upgrade another Mythic. That's not happening anytime soon. Not even remotely close. That we'll be lucky if we even do that this year. Upgrade another Mythic. You know how long it takes to get that many Nishas? Unless we get super lucky. And there we go. The upgrade of Finisi is pretty nice. Definitely feels worth it. I'm just concerned she's not going to be viable in like another year from now. But I got to get value out of her while we can. But anyways, any other questions, anyone? Otherwise, we'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always, with Gems of War, hour prior to now tomorrow, as we do every single night. And we'll be doing 2 things tomorrow night, doing more Tower of Doom, as well as doing the faction event for Tinkertown. Aside from that, we will also be doing a midday stream, probably at around noon. Though it depends when I can end up getting KFC, because I don't think they open until about 11, as far as serving like the actual stuff. Because that wasn't a joke. We actually are going to be doing it. That wasn't a joke. So we're going to do the KFC thing. But it really just depends when I can get it. So probably around 12 or 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That really just depends when I can get the food. But once we do, we'll start up the stream and be good to go from there. It won't be a super long Fall Guys stream. We'll probably go for a couple hours or so. Mostly just to get the crown, farm a little bit more, and hopefully to have a really fun show. I really hope they have the Jump Showdown one, because that was a lot of fun. But we'll find out tomorrow. We won't even know till like 5 a.m. or something, and obviously I won't be up at that time. But yeah, it'll be breakfast time. Yeah, I need to make sure it's not breakfast time anymore for their thing, otherwise they won't serve the other stuff. But yeah, that's the plan for tomorrow. KFC with a golden chicken and Fall Guys, and then we'll do our normal stuff at 8 p.m. tomorrow for Gems of War. Anyways, guys, I will catch you guys later. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for the support, Kenny, as well as everyone else. And I will catch you guys, or Kenneth, I mean. And I will catch you guys later. Have a wonderful week. Best of luck with everything. And don't forget, new Mythic this Friday. Goodbye, everyone. And thanks for watching.